The house stood on a hill overlooking the town, a specter against the darkened sky. Locals whispered tales of its tragic past, stories passed down through generations. They spoke of a family torn apart by tragedy, their souls unable to find peace. It was said that their despair seeped into the very walls, staining the home with their anguish. I had heard these whispers, felt the chill down my spine as each chilling detail unfolded. This was no ordinary house. This was a place where darkness lingered, where the veil between our world and the next seemed perilously thin. The stories were always the same: flickering lights, disembodied voices, and a feeling of being watched. Some dismissed them as mere superstition, the ramblings of frightened townsfolk, but I knew better. I had looked into the eyes of too many witnesses, felt the weight of their terror, to doubt the reality of what they had experienced. There was something here, something malevolent lurking beneath the surface, and I was determined to uncover it. The house beckoned, a chilling invitation to confront the darkness within. I could feel the weight of the house's history pressing down on me as I approached, the air thick with anticipation. This was not a place to be taken lightly. This was a battleground between the living and the dead, and we were about to step into the fray. The hair on the back of my neck stood on end, a primal instinct warning me of the dangers that lay ahead. But fear was a tool, a reminder to stay vigilant, to never let your guard down in the face of the unknown.
The team and I arrived at the house as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows that stretched like grasping claws across the overgrown lawn. We were a seasoned crew, each member bringing their unique expertise to the table.
Aaron, with his calm demeanor and technical prowess, would be our eyes and ears, setting up cameras and recording equipment to capture any sign of the paranormal.
Billy, our resident skeptic, provided a grounded perspective, always seeking a logical explanation for the unexplainable.
And then there was Jay, whose sensitivity to the spirit world made him our conduit to the other side. The stories we had uncovered painted a grim picture of the house's past. There had been a fire, a horrific accident that claimed the lives of the entire family who resided within. Locals whispered of a jealous lover, a scorned woman seeking revenge. Others spoke of a family curse, a darkness that followed them like a shroud. Whatever the truth, the energy surrounding the house was palpable, a suffocating blanket of despair and anger.
We could feel it as we unloaded our gear, a heaviness that settled in our chests, making it difficult to breathe. The witnesses we interviewed, their faces etched with fear and uncertainty, corroborated the tales we had heard. They spoke of strange noises in the dead of night, footsteps echoing through empty hallways, and disembodied whispers that sent shivers down their spines. One woman, her voice trembling as she spoke, described seeing the ghostly apparition of a young girl, her white dress stained with soot, her eyes filled with an unnerving sadness.
Their stories, each one adding a piece to the puzzle, fueled our determination to uncover the truth.
As darkness descended, we set to work transforming the house into a paranormal command center. Cameras were strategically placed to capture any and all activity, their lenses staring out like watchful eyes. We strung EMF meters, temperature gauges, and other sensitive equipment throughout the house, creating a web of technology designed to detect even the slightest fluctuation in energy.
The air crackled with anticipation as we finished our preparations, the silence broken only by the hum of electronics and the sound of our own breathing. Stepping into the house, we were met with the unmistakable chill of a place untouched by the warmth of life for far too long. Dust lay thick on every surface, cobwebs clung to the corners like macabre decorations, and the air hung heavy with the scent of decay. It was as if time itself had stood still within these walls, frozen in the moment of tragedy. We moved cautiously, our senses on high alert. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the wind in the eaves, sending a jolt of adrenaline through our veins. With each step, I could feel the weight of the house's history pressing down on me, the stories of its former occupants echoing through the empty halls. The air grew thick with anticipation, the silence broken only by the pounding of my own heart. We were not alone here. I could feel it in my bones, a presence lurking just beyond the veil of our perception, watching our every move. The investigation was about to begin, and with it, the possibility of coming face to face with the unknown. The house was a labyrinth of shadows and whispers, each room seemingly holding its own secrets. As the night wore on, the energy within the house began to shift, becoming almost electric. We heard footsteps in the hallway outside the room where we were conducting an EVP session, heavy and deliberate. Yet when we investigated, we found nothing.
The temperature dropped suddenly in the parlor, the air growing so thick with static that we could practically taste it. Our cameras captured strange anomalies, orbs of light dancing at the edge of our vision, shadows flitting across the walls.
During one particularly intense EVP session in the master bedroom, where it was said the family perished, the spirit box crackled to life, a voice whispering through the static. "Get out." "Now," it hissed, the words laced with anger and desperation. The hair on the back of my neck stood on end, and I could feel a cold sweat breaking out on my skin.
Whatever was here with us was becoming agitated, its energy growing stronger with each passing moment. As we ventured deeper into the house, the activity intensified. Doors slammed shut on their own, seemingly defying the laws of physics. Objects moved inexplicably as if manipulated by unseen hands.
And then there were the whispers, soft and insidious, swirling around us like a chorus of tormented souls. They seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves, whispering our names, taunting us, daring us to delve deeper into the darkness. The fear was palpable now, a living, breathing entity that threatened to consume us. We spent hours upon hours investigating, pushing the boundaries of the paranormal, seeking answers to the mysteries that lay hidden within the walls of that house. We had gone in with open minds and brave hearts, but even the most seasoned investigator can be shaken to their core by the raw power of the unknown.
As the first rays of dawn pierced through the darkness, we emerged from the house exhausted but exhilarated, our minds racing with questions. We had collected compelling evidence, tantalizing glimpses into the realm beyond our understanding. EVP recordings filled with disembodied voices, strange temperature fluctuations that defied explanation, and even photographic evidence of unexplained anomalies.
But perhaps the most compelling evidence was the undeniable feeling that we were not alone, that something lingered within those walls, something both tragic and terrifying. We had gone in seeking answers, but in the end, we left with more questions than we had arrived with. The experience had a profound impact on us all.
We had faced our fears, confronted the unknown, and emerged from the darkness forever changed. The haunted house on the hill remained, a silent sentinel overlooking the town, its secrets still tightly held. But we knew the truth, even if we couldn't fully comprehend it. The veil between our world and the next was thin, and sometimes in the darkness it could be pierced.
As we packed up our gear and prepared to leave the house behind, I couldn't shake the feeling that our work here was not yet finished. The stories, the evidence, the raw energy that permeated every inch of that house, it all pointed to something truly extraordinary. But we were just one team, and this was just one house. There are countless other places like this one, scattered across the globe, each with its own story to tell, its own secrets waiting to be uncovered. I believe that everyone has a story to tell, a brush with the unexplained, a moment that sent shivers down their spine and left them questioning the nature of reality itself. These stories, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem, are important. They remind us that we are not alone in the universe, that there are forces at work beyond our comprehension. So I ask you, dear reader, do you have a story to tell? Have you ever felt a cold spot in a room when there was no logical explanation? Have you ever heard a voice whispering your name when you were home alone? Have you ever felt the hair on the back of your neck stand on end as if you were being watched by unseen eyes? If so, I urge you to share your story. You can leave a comment below or reach out to me directly through my website. Together, let us explore the mysteries of the unknown and shine a light into the shadows.